powders and dust, and I'm not talking about a good time on Friday night. Advion MicroFlow. That's what we're talking today. Stay tuned. Okay guys, we are talking powders and dust today. Craig, howtopest.com. Welcome back to the channel, guys. But today's dust, like I said, it is Friday, so that's the good thing, but it's not those Friday dust you're thinking of in your heads.
Hey, hey, does this Coke smell funny?
You naughty, naughty people. We're talking Advion MicroFlow. What is this? This is a dust insecticide that you are basically going to use for crack and crevice treatment, and it is going to kill those ants, those cockroaches, those crickets, mole crickets, and even those pantry pests. So is this going to be a broad application pesticide? No, it's going to be put into a bulb duster that we'll show you a little later, and it's going to be applied to those crack, crevice, and void treatment areas. Now, why do you do that? Why do you not just spray? Because the dust is going to get back to the areas that the sprays don't, and it's going to hold up longer. Now, I want you to see the front of this bottle. If you can see that, it says Class 22A, and it says indoxacarb. So what are they giving you there? They're giving you information you probably don't care about, but I'm going to break it down and make it real simple. Class 22A is just a category that they put different pesticides in. So there's class 4, there's class 6, there's class 22. None of that matters. They're just taking chemicals that all are kind of the same makeup and putting them into that category. So when they put on the label, be careful that if you have insects that are resistant to class 22A, then you need to be cognizant of that. Now, how do you know if the insects you're going after are resistant to class 22A? It's simple. You go and you ask them. If they give you a yes, a nod of the head, then change chemicals. Give me a break, man. You get it because you're getting an absorbent amount of callbacks.
To comply. Wow, somebody's angry.
Because you're putting this stuff out, or whatever it is, in that class over and over and over again, and the insects are building up a resistance, and then it's no longer working. This is why we constantly say in other videos to rotate, rotate, rotate. Now, it doesn't mean every month. It doesn't mean every 2 months. You can get away with every 6 months. You could probably get away with a little longer, but you can't use the same stuff over and over again. Now, let's get back to this Advion MicroFlow by Syngenta. It's just another fantastic product by Syngenta, and what's great about this bottle, it's an 8-ounce bottle, comes with a little bitty scoop right here, and it goes a long ways because you're not putting clumps of this out. You're putting small little puffs of dust, and what you're doing is, let me grab my puffer duster. You're using a little bulb puffer duster like this that you can get on howtopest.com. So if you need one of these, get over to our site, howtopest.com, pick yourself up a puffer duster, a bulb duster, whatever your choice may be. This is a fantastic one right here. What you do with these is, I want to do something first for you guys. This is what you should have on. I have the gloves on. I have the long pants on. I don't have the long sleeve on. You should have a long sleeve on when you apply pesticides. What you really should do is go to the label and do exactly what they say you should do. So now, bam, I got my long sleeve on, I got my gloves on, I got my pants, take my word for it, I got my shoes, I got my long socks. Okay, bulb duster. Your bulb duster of choice, you're just gonna pop off the cap. Now, be aware what I did is we put flour in this. I don't even wanna use the chemical. I want to make this so simple, but I still want to show you what you should be in. But this is flour. I stole it from my wife's kitchen. I guess you won't bake me cookies tonight. I don't know. But you grab your chemical, you pop your cap off, you take your little scoop right here that comes with the Advion MicroFlow, and you scoop a little bit in here. Do you fill this up? No, you don't. You fill your bulb duster about 1/4 of the way full. And you do that because not only are you not going to use all of that, You want it in there where you can shake it and agitate the dust. Anytime you use a dust, you want to agitate it. By doing that, it makes it float and it makes it stick and adhere. So when it goes in, it's just not going boop, boop, and dropping. Probably doesn't make that noise, but it is going to go through and float if you do it the proper way. Now, back in the day, and sometimes it's still in effect, we told you a little pro tip to put a penny in here. Why a penny? Because it's the least amount of money that you could lose. No, because it agitates the dust. You put it in there, it shakes it up, it ionizes it, it just makes it float. A lot of these nowadays, even the ones we sell on howtopest.com, they're coming with a little steel ball in there that does the same thing as a penny. So they got smart, they're onto it, they put it in there, you shake it up, you'll hear it shake up, and then you're good to go. You take your duster, you pop your little cap off like this. Watch this, I want you guys to see this. See the dust floating? See my flour? This is the flour floating through the air. I also took a clean duster. This never has had chemical in it. I want you guys freaking out on me going, well, what about the residual and the bulb dust? There's no residual. Residual of a flour. Okay? Cap back on. That's all you do. When it's off, though, when you're applying, you're going in to those crack and crevice treatments and you're doing small dust. Do you see how I'm barely, let me see if I turn it like this. I'm barely squeezing on that. Do you see the dust coming out, how light that is? You're not doing this. All over my camera, come on, man. But you're not squeezing that down all the way. You don't need that much. It's real light. And a little, remember, goes a long ways. I saw a video I did the other day and I said a lot goes a long ways. Can't even talk. But that's what you do. A little bit of this stuff. So you just take a little scoop out of the pail and put this back down. You take a little scoop out, you dump a little bit in, make sure you have on your PPE, personal protective equipment, and you are good to go. Find those cracks, those crevices, and those voids and get it in those areas. Now, indoxacarb, how does that work? That's the main active. You probably don't care about that name, but what this does is this goes in and it blocks the sodium channels in the insect's nerve system, which basically means they don't fire right. They stay open and eventually it causes paralysis and then death. So it gets on the exoskeleton of the insect and it does what I just told you, and eventually they die. Now, indoor, outdoor, if I didn't mention that. Indoor, you're not going to broadcast this around. You're still going to stay in those voids. You're going to go behind baseboards. You're going to go where there's cracks under the sink from pipes that those insects are hiding in. You're going to go to those window sills that insects may be coming through and put a little bit in the window sill. You can do that on the inside and the outside. So outside, same thing. Now understand this. If water gets on this, it's going to wash it away. It's going to lose its effectiveness. It's not a great holdup as well as like Delta dust. But Delta dust can be washed away too. It just holds up better in moisture. So back to MicroFlow from Syngenta. I love this because it's an 8-ounce bottle. You can just put this in your pocket if need be. You probably don't need be. Put it in your bulb duster. It's just easy to carry on the truck. Or for you homeowners, it's just easy to store. It's a small little bottle and it'll last you a long time. Outdoors, stay in those crack and crevices. Also, if you have a heavy rain coming, no bueno. Don't put it in those areas that are going to get wet or where sprinklers are going to hit this. Keep this out of reach of children and pets. That's why they say crack, crevice, and void, because nobody's really getting in the crack, crevice, and void unless you're dropping down and dragging your tongue along that because you thought it was the Friday night powder.
Not funny.
Other than that, keep it away from all those people, guys. What else with MicroFlow? I said indoor, I said outdoor. Garages. Great place to put this in the cracks and crevices of the garage, behind your workbenches, things like this. Now, this, as far as roaches, this will complement a bait program. I'm talking like a gel bait. This will complement it. So put this, and I would do it. This is not a standalone for your cockroach, especially the German in the kitchens. You want to use this and then grab your favorite bait of choice, whether it be Advion cockroach bait, whether it be Vendetta, Plus, whatever, Max Force. There's a ton of them out there. I've done videos. I tell you guys, I like them all, especially you're going to rotate them so it doesn't matter. So start with your favorite one, complement it with this, and you'll wipe out those German cockroaches. Fantastic product, guys, from Syngenta. Advion MicroFlow. Any questions that I haven't answered, I'd love to answer them for you. Throw them down in that comment section. We just love the thumbs up from you guys, man. And you subscribers, you keep this channel live, so we appreciate you. Good looking out on that. You guys, it's Friday. Have a great weekend. Craig, howtopest.com. Take care.